welcome back. 41 North Pod. Trevor, Mario, Week 1, Green Bay Packers, New Orleans Saints in Jacksonville. Mario, what do you think?
Oh, man, Trevor, we made it. Trevor, we made it. We are exactly 2 days away from what I think is going to be one hell of a season, okay? It's the kickoff. This is what you wait for. We do all the talking. You know, the players do all the practicing, all the training through the off season for this moment right here. The NFL season. It's here. We dodged a tough road game. So we're going to Jacksonville. It's going to be, humid and hot.
I feel as excited for this season as almost like 2011 coming off the Super Bowl. We're actually going to play the Saints that year too. I'm just excited. You expect us to expectations are high.
Very high.
We're officially into Week 1. There's a game already last night, so Sunday Packers afternoon game. It's going to be a fun one to watch down in Jacksonville. It's supposed to be hot. Going against Saints that are going to have a little different look without Drew Brees. The defense of the Saints, I'm not overly confident in. Cameron Jordan's always a tough guy to block.
Yeah, tough guy.
But other than that, I don't expect the Heat or the Saints to really stop the Packers. They might get off to a slower start. You'd maybe expect after being off for so long, them not playing the starters at all in the preseason. But just it feels like extra special this year, waiting through the COVID year last year, coming back. It's just super exciting this year, and you expect Super Bowl or bust for Packers this year.
Yeah, the only thing, it's going to still have kind of a COVID feel to this first game, because I heard Matt say in an interview that the ticket sales weren't going too well. So it's going to be kind of like what you saw in the playoffs at Lambeau Field, I think. I think it's going to be, like a 20%, 30% crowd in there. So it's not going to be like the following week when they return to Lambeau against the Vikings, primetime football.
Or even what Rodgers already talked about this week is, I'm glad I'm not going down to the Superdome.
Exactly. No, 100%. Going down to the Superdome, when that place is packed, I imagine as a player has to be wicked loud, wicked quick snaps. You're not doing the same thing that you're going to be doing in Jacksonville with not very many fans. It's going to be a lot of try to catch them slipping, things like that. I can tell you who is mad about this situation, and it's the Saints. I know it's something they can't control. It's unfortunate. To be honest, I like the competitiveness of playing in the Superdome with the fans. But, as a Packer fan, I'm going to take that break.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Saints that it worked out this way, but it works out a little bit to the Packers' favor. You got to believe. So that I'm okay with that as well. Anytime the Packers catch a little bit of a break, but especially for Week 1 with the Saints going against Jameis Winston, Kamara's obviously going to get a lot of touches. I'm not too enthused about the Saints receivers minus Michael Thomas. The defense is going to be interesting. Our first real look at Joe Barry's defense.
Yep.
We were talking earlier. Everybody makes you hear about the stars for the Packers defense, like the Jair Alexanders, Kenny Clark, stuff like that. But to be honest, when they're doing their job, you almost should hear their names less. They'll hopefully make some splash plays and stuff, but Kenny Clark's gonna be out there eating up blocks. Jair's gonna be out there just locking somebody down. They probably won't even throw to his side very often.
Yeah.
So the guys that I'm going to be looking for that you're going to hear their names a lot are going to be like Chris Barnes, and I definitely want to see DeAndre Campbell. It seems like they've been able to plug in like a veteran linebacker in that defense and get a lot of tackles the last couple of years. So, and I'm hoping for Chris Barnes to take another step forward, and that would be huge if we have a really consistent middle linebacker. It would be good for the Packers to stop the run a little bit more. I expect a lot of tackles out of those two.
Yeah, I'm expecting big things out of our inside crew. I also think that we're going to see a big game out of Kevin King. I think he's not going to be going up against premier receivers. But he's coming back with a chip on his shoulder, and I think he's going to take advantage of some lesser talent out there for the Saints and a Jameis that's going to be willing to take chances. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Kevin King get an interception on Sunday.
41 North Pod against the Kevin King hate. He can be a solid number 2.
100%.
I know everybody's expecting Stokes to step into that role. I don't think so right away. Kevin King's like a veteran player now, and he's playing for a new contract. Like, he's gonna be a decent number 2. I'm hoping this year.
Yeah,
I think he can be.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Joe Barry's style, his hyperness that they talk about, his enthusiasm. I'm thinking that hopefully that can get the best out of Kevin King, along with the fact that Kevin King does have to, play for his livelihood, so to speak. Because if he has a couple more bad moments, I'm not saying that he won't get signed to another NFL team, because I think that he has the promise, to be a nickel corner or something like that if worse come to worse. But I think that kid's playing for a real contract and a real shot with the Packers or somewhere else.
Yeah, and if him and Stokes can play well this year, I mean, we got a solid secondary. The injury report's not too bad for week 1. Backup safety. I think the only real questionable mark, Zadarius practice limited this week, and then didn't practice today. Right. So that's a little bit concerning that he practiced, now not practicing. I'd rather have him practicing more as he ramp up to Sunday, but
I mean, I think, and I don't know the NFL practice schedule, like better than anybody. Maybe you know better than me. But I think there's a chance that maybe they just wanted to rest him. They got him in.
LaFleur said that.
They got him in kind of the more of the planning for the game. He kind of practiced those days when they were installing, plays and stuff like that. So
LaFleur
I think
basically said that they're giving him the 48 hours off to kind of see how he feels.
Yeah. So, I think he's a tough guy. I think if anybody can play hurt, I think he's probably one of them.
He's ramped up.
Yeah. He gets no love every year. He has some of the best stats, but gets no love.
We talk a lot about how stacked Packers are at different positions as far as like being top 3, top 5. You easily make an argument for Zadarius to be a top 5 pass rusher in the NFL.
Oh yeah, and from everything I'm hearing from camp about Rashawn, watch out. That they feel fully confident if Zadarius isn't able to go, to have Rashawn out there manhandling. I think he's figuring out his frame, figuring out some of the techniques, having to learn, by playing over the last couple of years, but then also having 2 vets like Preston and Zadarius to learn from. I think the guy has more talent than both of them put together. So I think anything's possible for Gary this year.
No, I like our defense going into the year. Hopefully it's an improved defense from last year even, because I think we got all the right guys coming back.
Yeah, my only concern is really the D-line and the inside linebackers. I think with the way that the temperature, with the humidity and things are going to be in Jacksonville, as you saw last night in the game, we're going to have to rotate a lot of bodies in on that defense. So you're going to see T.J. Slaton. You're going to see Jack Heflin. You're going to see Heflin. You're going to see most of our D linemen play.
Trash can of dirt.
Yeah, the trash can of dirt. You're going to see a lot of these guys get in because of the way that the humidity is set up, the way that the temperature is set up. I just hope they're all drinking a lot of Pedialyte, a lot of water, making sure that they're hydrated.
Yeah, it should be a fun one. I like the afternoon. I think most of the country is going to be watching Packers Saints. It's going to be fun.
I think the Packers. I look for the Packers personally to put on a show, and put the NFL back on notice. Like, hey, wake up! What you thought this offseason meant something? You think
you see a lot of dumb things about like, the Packers aren't a top 5. Like we're the number one. Like we weren't the number 1 offense last year, and probably in all likelihood is going to get better and improve upon that this year. Like I don't see us regressing.
No, I see Lazard getting better. Okay. I see MVS having a major breakout year. I've said this over and over on the pod. I think he's going to have a major breakout year. I mean, with his speed and the flashes that we have seen with him with spectacular catches, if he can just limit the kind of the dumb stuff, I guess you could call, or the mental stuff, because the drops are all mental. That has nothing to do with his ability. His ability has showed us that he can be that guy.
Yeah, it's much more important to get open than it is.
Yeah.
Like the drops, you can fix that.
Yeah, we can fix that. So I think our wide receiver room might be the best in the league. Because then you add in Cobb, who him and Rodgers just got that thing where he can break off a route here and Rodgers and he's going to hit him.
And I mean, you're starting out with the number one receiver in the NFL. Will you agree
Point
on
blank
that?
beer. Top 5 running back.
Yeah, well, our running back room is going to be explosive. I personally think I expect double-digit touchdowns from Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon.
Oh, throughout the year, yeah, 100%. I thought you were saying next week. I'm like, oh my God, like, wow.
Both of them getting multi-touchdowns week 1. No, I do expect the Packers to hang some points on the board. Like I said, it may not start right away, but as they get their groove, like I see this offense being dynamic enough to not, week 1 jitters, whatever, the challenge of playing in Jacksonville. None of that's going to slow down. We're going to get 30 to 40 points.
I wouldn't bet you $1. I wouldn't bet you $1 on that because I see this offense explosive.
So with that being said, that's kind of our Saints week 1. Both of us expect big things from the Packers against the Saints this weekend. So it brings you to, it starts to question, like, some of the stuff we see leading up to the game. Obviously you watch Rodgers get interviewed every week, and you hear stuff like, well, why don't you want to throw a football at the president and the GM? Like, who do you think we're talking about these players that we may not be able to sign them all because we got to pay so many people. Yeah, he may not have been the GM that picked Devontae, but we got enough good players now that we're worrying how we're going to be able to sign all these people, and talking about being the top position at multiple positions in the NFL and having a team that are going to compete, and you're mad at the guy that built that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's no good. I side with the quarterback that was a little bit unhappy this year. I don't understand it. You can make me understand it.
I get the fact that, my guy, Aaron Rodgers, is on the Pat McAfee show every week. Okay? But they got this guy that claims to be a Packer fan on the show. Claims to be a Packer fan from Iowa. Claims to be a Packer fan. And, I mean, the guy, his name is Ty Schmidt, but he should be called Pat McAfee's parrot. Because all he does is sit there and repeat everything Pat says. I've never seen him have a disagreement. He just Pat's cheerleader in the background. And they got Dan Orlovsky on the show talking about the Packers don't have a top 5 offense. He says there's 4 criteria to having a top 5 offense in the NFL. Because Pat was giving them shit, basically saying, they got Aaron Rodgers, how are they not? That's what Pat's saying. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, which I agree.
Good argument.
He says, but it's not just about the quarterback. Okay. He says, you need a good offensive line.
Okay.
I think we check the box there.
I like our offensive line.
They say
2 rookies running into the room.
2 rookies.
But let's do it. Okay, go ahead.
And 2 rookies that are starting on a really good offensive line without maybe our best offensive line, because I can maybe make the argument that Elton's our best offensive line just based on all the positions he can play, but we're definitely missing top 5 left tackle in the game.
Okay, by saying that, though, you're saying, because I think pretty much everybody would agree that Bakhtiari is a top 5 lineman in the league, and we're arguing that potentially Elton's playing as good or better than him. So we're talking about Packers potentially having 2 of the top 5 linemen in the NFL.
Perfect.
So but the GM, but go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. So I think we checked the box on that one, right? Offensive line. Then he says you have to have playmakers. I think we just touched on that, right? We got top 2, not 2 at wide receiver, a.k.a. the best receiver in the game. We got probably Aaron Jones, top 5
I would say receiver. A playmaker.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but last year in the NFL, this guy by the name of MVS led the NFL in receptions over 30 yards.
Well, Tanyan put up some touchdowns last year,
Tanyan put up some touchdowns.
Tanyan.
Lazar put up some touchdowns. He had a great game against the Saints last year. Best blocker in the NFL as wide receiver.
So, are you gaining weapons this year? Just wait till they see this guy A.J. Dillon. I mean, Mr. Door County.
Rodgers. Cobb. So, okay. So, I think we got playmakers. Okay, so we checked 2 out of the 3. He says the next one is having a motion offense. I don't know if there's a team in the NFL that motions more than we do.
Oh, motion Matt? Are you talking? Are you kidding me?
So we checked that 3, and then the last one.
Wait till they got DeGuara in motion.
The last one of the 4 that we already checked 3 boxes is quarterback. And you telling me we don't have a top 2 quarterback in the NFL, if not the best quarterback in the NFL? I mean, what are they talking about? And this so-called Packer fan, Ty Schmidt, sits there and doesn't say a lip. He just sits back there and, yep, Pat. How are you a Packer fan and this doesn't make you mad? This doesn't piss you off?
Yeah, I'm okay with having Packer fans. I get upset when we're misrepresented sometimes because
100%.
You see some of the worst opinions, especially on social media. But then on one of the most popular, if not the most popular, everybody tunes into Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays of Pat, and then you got like the one Packer voice on there saying stupid things like throwing football like that. That's
your question. You get one question to ask Aaron Rodgers on a Tuesday once a week, and the best question you could come up with was, "Are you going to do you ever wish to throw a football at Mark Murphy and Goot?" And Goot done put Aaron Rodgers around the best damn football team he's ever played for.
He's going to get him a ship this year, and he's basically throwing shots at the guy that built the roster that's going to get Rodgers a ship. And Rodgers kind of
and this is our that's all right. This is how Packer fans feel. No, that's not.
That's all right. Rodgers knows what's up. They talk nothing always about the chemistry of this team and the vibe. And Rodgers and they got so many veterans on this team, and they knew what they had to do the last 2 years to get the NFC Championship. They know what it took to get there, and the feeling of losing. I mean, we got so many veterans on this team. They know how to act and what it's going to take. So, I mean, you just got to be excited about this. Regardless of that, we know we're going to be there in the mix, end of the playoffs. And if they play right, it's a ship this year.
100%.
That's why we're doing what we're doing. We're taking you through the journey to the ship every week. Start out with week 1 all the way through. I mean, we'll be up in GB for week 2 Lions Monday night. We'll bring some videos and stuff from that.
Catch us at a lot of games. We're going to be at a lot of games this year.
It's going to be a special year.
It's going to be a special year. We're going to be at a lot of games. The last time we were at a lot of games, what happened? Well, you've been to a lot of games, previous years. But the last time we were at a lot of games together,
Super Bowl, baby.
We won the ship. I mean, I think, like you said, our leadership, and that goes into, like Matt was saying, about the captains. We had 27 guys, 27 people on the roster receive votes to be captains. That's how much leadership is on this team. When they asked Aaron Rodgers, "Are you nervous for this year?" He said, "No, this team just seems really focused." Yeah, just a focused locker room. It's a locker room with some hungry guys coming from some other places. Not a lot, but a couple vets, and then it's a lot of young players that have been back-to-back NFC championships and feel like they have something to prove.
To have enough of those players where you feel like the floor is basically that high, and everybody goes into the locker room in a training camp knowing like, okay, this is what we're here for this year. I think that's got to be a totally different vibe when you go in a different locker room where you kind of like, hey, if we really do good this year, we could maybe get to the playoffs, where this team knows like, hey, we got to play right and we're there. Like, let's do it.
Yeah, like we've got the 2 NFC championship games and we haven't played our best game yet. And I think,
even watching potentially could be 2 of the better teams in the NFC this year if the Cowboys stay healthy. Their offense look legit. But watching 2 of the Bucks are going to be good this year. Watching them last night, I mean, I couldn't see the Packers not hanging 45 on each of those teams.
Yeah, no, 100%. I completely agree. I see this Packer team, no lie, scoring almost 40 a game. And we play a tough schedule. It's not like we play a light schedule. Like, we were the number 1 team in our division last year, and we're playing a number 1 team schedule. If you look at us, we have a top 5 schedule in the NFL. Hardest schedule. And we're going to run through it. It's going to be funny. And it starts with week 1 in Jacksonville. We're putting the NFL on notice when we drop this 40-some burger all over the Saints in Jacksonville.
And it's actually impressive how, and we weren't used to this with Mike McCarthy, how balanced Matt LaFleur can actually keep an offense regardless of the score. If we're up or down, he can keep that balanced offense where we're running the ball and still passing the ball. So I like our screen game. I like our quick pass game out to the outside. I like, motion Matt. He's always got guys in motion. That jet sweep is going to be dangerous again this year. You got Devontae. That's why I don't get into this guy's going to be our slot. This guy's going to be outside. I don't get. They move around Devontae. They move around Lazard. They move around these guys so much that he could be playing slot displayed out on the outside next play, depending on the matchups and what defense they're playing. It really doesn't mean you're going to have Cobb on the outside. You're going to have Amari coming on the outside. Yeah. I mean, I don't get into much as that. We're just going to have a lot of good receivers out there to use, chess pieces. Yeah.
So I was watching the show about Urban Meyer, and he said, and I heard Matt say the same thing too. Actually, in the interview, I probably only caught it though from Matt. It probably would have went right over my head if I went to heard Urban talk about it. But Urban said that you don't call plays. Plays get stopped. You call concepts. So what they're doing is they're putting in concepts where it's not exact play. It's based on how shit plays out. And I think with the quarterback we have and the coach that we have, I look for this to be unstoppable.
Rodgers talks about how both those guys are so advanced and push each other as far as offensive minds that it's going to be exciting.
And Hackett.
Oh, yeah, Hackett's in the room, yeah.
And our quarterback coach, too.
Getsy,
yeah.
Yeah, they talk about when they get together, it's going to be special, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm with you. As far as the game goes, what's your prediction for this week, Trev? You got a score for us?
Well, I said we're going to put up 30, 40 a week. I don't think that is going to be any exception for week 1. I see us putting up more than 20. So I'm saying 38-21 Packers.
38-21. I'm going 42-10. I think this defense is going to put the league on notice too. Okay? I think this defense is sick of being underrated. I think we got super elite players all over it. I think we have arguably the best secondary in the NFL. I think we have the best safety duo in the NFL. I think we have the best corner in the NFL. The only thing that really has a question to me is, and I think it's a great test versus the Saints because we're getting one of the best centers in the NFL and one of the best running backs in the NFL to see how these inside linebackers do. But other than that, I think we're loaded, and I think the Saints don't have any receivers.
Yeah, I think with Kamara's he torched us last year, but it didn't help them at all. So I could see that him getting his this year against us again. You would like
that's going to be one touchdown, maybe 100 and some yards, a field goal. We're going to get turnovers. Jameis, that's what he does.
I see some Taysom Hill too.
I would love to see some Taysom Hill, sure. Taysom Hill is
especially for the remaining Taysom Hill Packer truthers. That way, we had him on our team at one time.
Oh my God, I could care less. Like he would have even played.
We're gonna bring Rodgers off the field.
Yeah, we're gonna take snaps away. You've seen how it turned out last year when they took snaps away from Drew Brees. I swear, every time the guy came in, he fumbled.
No, yeah, I hope they put him in. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I think Jameis is not a bad quarterback. I think he can score, but I just don't think he has any weapons. It's going to be the Saints until Michael Thomas comes back are going to be like the Patriots last year. Not a lot of scoring going on with that team. I don't give a damn who Sean Payton has. And you're going to see the Saints are going to learn what they had in Drew Brees.
And I don't think the Saints' defense is horrible. I just think no defense out there is really built to hang with the Packers this year.
No.
So that, I mean, no disrespect to the Saints' defense, but it's going to happen.
They might have. They're going to have better games. They just
it's
got
going
a
to
bad
happen to a lot of teams this year. Yeah, sorry.
A bad matchup.
So
and the bad part of the matchup is you got to play the Green Bay Packers.
It's going to be like that for a lot of teams this year.
Yeah.
Oh man, we thought we had a good defense.
Yeah. Until you played. Oh shit! Week 6, we got the Packers. They put a 40 burger on us. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, Rodgers is going to throw. I mean, Rodgers threw for what 49 touchdowns last year, and I mean they act like we ain't have no damn receivers. But this year he might throw for 55 touchdowns, 60 touchdowns. He might break the record. I'm dead serious. Like, people, be on notice. This week 1, before the first game. I didn't watch the first game and now I'm reacting. No, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the most dynamic Packer offense you have ever seen in your life. Sit back and watch this show. This is going to be something to watch. If nobody gets injured, if we can dodge some injuries and stay healthy, this is going to be scary for the NFL. And the NFL is sleep. And it's time to wake up. In week 1, they're going to wake up when it's 42-10.
With 17 games now, some records might tumble. And we're going to be playing some...
Oh, I forgot about that game. Rodgers might throw 60 touchdowns. I'm dead serious.
No, and it's going to be historic. And we're going to be playing some meaningful football into January. And
we're going to be the team that people are like, yeah, fuck.
I don't want to go to Lambeau.
God damn it. Yeah. We're damn near trying to lose a game.
Let there be a full crowd and COVID don't get no worse, and we okay for...
Man, I think all we have to do, all we should have to do, in my opinion, when it comes to this COVID for the stadiums, is the NFL has enough goddamn money. The government has enough goddamn money. Okay? If you cannot provide a vaccination card, you have to take a rapid test on site to get in.
Yeah, I don't know. I already wait pretty long lines to get in that thing.
Well, no, you'll get to go right in.
Because I got my card.
Because you got a card.
So you got to go off to the side to a special area?
Yeah, you goddamn right. Card? You have to go in through a special entrance that this is the testing entrance because you might got the row.
Yeah, we don't want you in Lambeau with that.
That's what I'm saying. You out there yelling, screaming for your team, and you got the row.
Better be yelling and screaming. I mean, I don't...
But I'm saying, not with the row. Yeah. You need to be at home yelling and screaming.
Nobody been wearing masks at any of these games. So
no, we were just at the Badger game. I mean, they got a mask mandate when you walk through the hallways. In the bathrooms, I ain't see nobody with a mask on in the bathroom.
And the only reason, like, you're out there risking like that because you feel a little bit better with, the UW being 90% vaccinated, Madison being mostly vaccinated.
Yeah.
I think,
it's at high 80s.
Oh yeah, out of adults in Madison.
Yeah.
You got a high percentage there, and so I'm hoping Lambeau is the same kind of crowd where you got a high.
I would bet highly that Green Bay crowd is a little bit different than that Madison crowd. Yeah, I would probably have to put my money that the crowd is going to be. I mean, I'm thinking that it is a very old crowd, and I feel old people are more with the vaccination than the young crowd. So I do think Lambeau does probably have a high vaccination rate, with there being a lot of old people.
That and the gold tickets, and even maybe a lot of the green tickets. Like, there is a lot of fans coming from Milwaukee.
Yeah,
and I feel like Milwaukee, if you're not out in the burbs like Waukesha or something, or Wauwatosa or whatever, like most of Milwaukee, I think is vaxxed.
I would think so.
I mean, hopefully we got a safe year. That's the only thing. I hope it doesn't affect much, and I hope we got a safe year. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's all I hope.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there
for every game I'm able.
Yeah, I mean,
fully vaxxed, getting the booster when I can.
Yeah, I'm getting the booster when I can too. I mean,
safe as possible.
I mean,
I'll be out there in January rooting on my Packers.
Yeah, vaxxed up with my mask on too.
-20.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be more at these games from my last experience, because the Badger game was my first experience around 80,000 or 60,000 or how many ever is out there
since the pandemic.
And I think I'm gonna choose to probably invest in some N95 masks, and I'll probably be wearing those at a lot of games just because it did look like the Ro-Ro was out there. Didn't it? You telling me you couldn't feel the Ro-Ro in the air? Walking in them bars, walking.
I guess the football Saturday, Badgers back, Camp Randall got me in tunnel vision, and I wasn't really, considering the other things going on around.
I mean, I definitely fell in the trap. I mean, I took an Uber home. I didn't wear my mask in the Uber with the guy. I sat in the front seat. Today I found out that you're not supposed to sit in the front seat of an Uber. It was just all types of bad. So
well,
I'm wearing my mask from now on.
Well, luckily, we'll be at home. Not luckily, but we'll be at home watching Week 1. See how the NFL shakes out. Packers afternoon game. Looking forward to it.
If I was luckily, I'd be.
Week 2 though, we'll see how we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll bring you that one as well. We'll be back with another pod this week, looking back at Week 1 and forward to Week 2.
Yeah, forward to Week 2. Dude, just give a quick shout out to a Wisconsin kid though. TJ Watt got that paycheck. Get your paper. You know what I'm saying. Make sure your bread right.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to you. I don't hate on nobody that gets a bag. Just hopefully, I think he's the type of kid he's gonna do the right thing with it.
Yeah, we'll see him too. We'll see him this year.
Said he had to go work out when he signed this shit.
Yeah.
You got to root for the Watt brothers. Brookfield, shut up.
I don't root for JJ.
Pewaukee.
I do.
I don't.
Pewaukee.
I rooted for JJ up until his point of being able to. They're from Pewaukee.
I'm not a JJ.
I'm not a JJ fan.
Fuck JJ.
Yeah, fuck JJ Watt.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know if that's the official 41 pod.
No, that's definitely official. 3. The producer says fuck him.
He should have.
Yeah,
he came to the Packers.
Yeah, that's why it's fuck him.
Okay, I guess I can get with it.
This is what I want to know. This is all I want to know. This is all I'm going to ask you, and then as soon as Trevor answers this question, okay, this is going to be official fuck JJ Watt podcast. Okay, Trevor, the guy was at Houston, right? Already made tons of money, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then he said he wanted to get out of Houston to win a championship. Okay. Right or wrong?
Okay, yeah, he said he wanted to go to contender, yes.
Okay. So do you think the Arizona Cardinals are a contender?
No.
Okay. But his hometown team, or home state team, I guess I should say, are they a contender?
Definitely. We're going to win the championship.
So
how much of money?
We need a D-line. Gave him a decent offer.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
And then he said, nah.
Tease Packer fans all offseason.
And then he said, nah, I'm going to go to
Arizona, where everybody retires.
Yeah, real nice. Love the golf courses down here. The guy's out golfing every fucking week. Maybe I don't want him. Maybe he lost his drive. He's got his soccer wife. Wife plays soccer in Chicago.
I got to think he'll be solid yet, but I
hope he's not. I hope he's a bust. I don't want him to get hurt, but I hope he's a bust. Yeah, we play him.
I can get with it that he should have came to Green Bay, and I'm not with him no more.
Perfect. That's all I care. And the guy only was with the Badgers for like 2 years. Dude, he went to Central Michigan.
We can officially put him.
He's like a Russell
Wilson.
Yeah, he's like a Russell Wilson. He came here. You know what I'm saying? His brother
move from cool to corny.
Dude didn't want to play with Russell Wilson.
That's right. I'm with.
Yeah, he could have came back another year and won a national championship with Russell Wilson.
That's twice.
Decided he screwed us fucking twice.
I'm with it.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck JJ.
We're fuck JJ.
And then the Suns are playing and the Bucks are playing. He don't know what fucking hat to wear. Suns hat, Bucks hat. Are you a fucking Wisconsin kid or what the fuck?
Bucks and 6 around here, yeah.
Yeah, Bucks and 6. Hey, have a great fucking weekend. Packers gonna blow this shit out. Go Pack. Give me a 5.
Let's go. We'll see y'all next week.
Have a cheers. Have a cheers. Can we get a cheers first? We're not ending this shit till we get a cheers. Cheers. Go Pack. Go. 41 North, bitches.
Green Bay Packers are doing it again. Hey, hey, hey.